Cheryl from Warren Newport Public Library. Welcome to Kids in the Kitchen. I'm so glad you could join me today. Today we're going to make cocoa brownies. Now I know many people make brownie mixes, a package of brownie that you buy from the grocery. However, when you make this one, you'll find you never have to buy a package mix again. It's basic ingredients, it's extremely easy to make, and they're so good. All right, before we get started, we always need to do a few housekeeping things. Make sure your work surfaces are clean, your hands are washed, and if you have long hair, please pull it back. All right, let's begin. So some of the ingredients in these cocoa brownies are sugar, a cup of sugar, half a cup of unsweetened cocoa, half a cup of white flour, 2 eggs, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1/3 of a cup of chocolate chips, which are optional. So the first thing we're going to do is this is going to make an 8x8 pan of brownies. We're going to oil or grease the pan, so just spray in it so that it's all greased. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to melt 6 tablespoons of butter. Butter is also in this. 2 teaspoons of vanilla and 6 tablespoons of butter. So remember, I've told you in the past that there's markings on the butter that tells you, so you'll easily be able to measure it. This one actually has the markings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 8. There's 8 tablespoons in a stick of butter. So we're going to need 6. So you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cut it and drop it in the pan. We're going to melt this at the stove, and then I'm going to bring the pan back to the table. So I'll see you in a minute. So our butter is melted. So next in our bowl, we're going to put our dry ingredients, which is 1/2 cup of white flour, 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Come on out. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So we're going to whisk these together. So I'm whisking these. That means to just mix them up really well, so you don't see any of the white of the baking powder or the salt. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to bring the butter and we're going to add to that sugar, a cup of sugar. Let's mix it up. Eggs. One at a time, we're going to add the eggs. 1. And I brought my eggs up to room temperature. I'm just using a spatula to stir it. Now put the other egg, egg number 2. Now we're going to add the vanilla, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. One. Easy peasy. 2. And see, these are all ingredients you'd have in your house. Nothing unusual, nothing too special. Mix it up. Okay, I want this to be stirred up foil. Looks pretty good. Now we're going to stir in the flour mixture. I'm just going to pour it in. Just like that. You might want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. We're going to bake these for 18 to 20 minutes, or until you put a toothpick in the middle or a knife and it comes out clean with no batter on the toothpick or the knife. Now it's coming together very nicely. And once you have all your flour mixture in, it's totally mixed up now. Now I'm going to pour it into my 8x8 pan that I've sprayed with the Pam. So we're going to pour it in. And I'm going to put it in my 350-degree oven for, like I said, 18 to 20 minutes, or until a toothpick in the middle comes out clean. Spread it out a little bit. Looks good. And then we're going to sprinkle our 1/3 cup of mini chocolate chips, just like this. And then we're going to put it in the oven. Alright, I'm going to put it in the oven and I'll see you in 20 minutes. Your brownies are baked and cool. So let's cut one out. Looks so good. I hope you enjoy your chocolate treat. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.